So Bhas, till now, I've done shorter rides, right? I haven't done like a long ride for 100, 200 kilometers till now. I haven't seen these boxes a lot,
Yeah.
right? So could you tell me something about these specific ones in terms of their quality, their materials, how we build them and how they're better in the market?
Okay. So these are aluminium boxes. We fondly call them overlanders.
Okay.
So the name says it all. Somebody who really does overlanding on motorcycles. Predominantly, these motorcycles that have been favorites are the Tiger, the 1200, 1250 GS, GSA,
Uh-huh.
1300 GSA from BMW, 850, 900 GSA, GS.
Yeah.
So that kind of big touring motorcycles. What you would notice is most of them, not hot, but most of them have a very upswept, big cannon of an exhaust.
Yeah.
That is done due to a lot of reasons, one of them being water weighting capacity. And when it comes to a situation like that, boxes need to be tapered towards the exhaust fan. Now in that case, when you taper a box, there's a loss of volume because of that bend. So to compensate, what we have done is make the other side of the box bigger. So on this set, on this Tiger 900, this is where the exhaust is. The frame is made in such a way that the exhaust does not foul with the frame or vice versa. And the boxes, they sit flush on the frame. Now this box, in terms of a top cross section,
Yeah.
it is the same lid as 45-liter box. But from down below, it is tapered. Loss of volume.
Yeah.
But this one makes up for it.
Yeah.
Now the Tiger can also be done in a different setup, which means both the boxes can be 36 liters, absolutely flat,
Yeah.
without that cutout or the exhaust. Smaller size, that is like more of a weekend for a couple.
Yeah.
That kind of luggage can be carried. Why do people buy boxes is also one concern that a lot of questions ask us. So this is for somebody who wants a secure system because it's lockable. These are waterproof because of the gaskets that we use. They have drains as well. So it's peace of mind after all. Bags, they have to be tied out, balanced, and then rode upon. So that is one feature of the boxes that they do away with. That they don't need tying and retying and tightening and non-tightening and loose and all that. But the bags do have their own benefits, which I'll talk to you about in a different video. Coming back to the boxes, you can also anchor a bag on top of it. For example, if I have a tail bag like this, the tripper from Zana, it can be used with magnets like shown here on the Tiger. But if I remove it and I don't want to use it on this area, I can place it very neatly here like this. And look at these clamps. These clamps come with belts, and those belts can be looped around. These mounting points are visible, and this bag will sit perfectly on top of the lid of your Plavi. A bigger bag like the Pluto can be done the same way. They can be done on both the sides. What that does is it eliminates this real estate for the rider. And mind you, that is very comfortable. But you can't do the same setting if you had a pannier bag. You understand?
Yeah.
If it was a soft bag, you can't do that.
You can't put this area.
But in case of a roadster from Zana, you can. So there's a multiple way of thinking, engineering, designing that goes into these products. And mind you, Ayushman, these products are niche products. They cater to a very, very specific need of a very, very specific biker. That is the difference between night and day. Now I'll quickly open this box on this side and show you the insides of what they look like. This is generally the setup. They come empty. And what generally a rider would do, use waterproof bags like these, dunk them in, and that's it. Lock it and forget it. So it's very convenient. Bring your clothes or your gear from inside the hotel room, dunk it in, lock it, and forget it. So if you're having lunch on your ride, a coffee or something, you really don't have to worry about your belongings being safe as they are under lock right now.
Yeah.
So that is how it goes.
Okay. So, Vas, I've seen on these ones, these top boxes, that we have these two things. Like, they look a bit strange. So, what are these?
Okay.
Like, what are they used for?
Okay. So I'll show it closer to the camera on this box. It'll be clearly visible. So like you can see, all these ends, all these accessories are riveted onto the aluminium.
Yeah.
Starting with these two handles first.
Yeah.
They enable you to remove or install the box.
Yeah.
I'll just pull it.
Oh. Okay.
And remove it.
We can remove it easily.
I can keep it down. I can lift it up. Move back. Lock them into place. And so this is predominantly used to lift the box for the installation. As a backup feature, what you can also do, you can use this as a feather or an anchor for pachikas or belts or something that you want to add to your pop. For example, the tripper, like I showed you.
Yeah.
In case you don't have a bag like a tripper and a simple round tent, for example, a tent pad or sleeping bag, something like that, place it on top of your box. Use a bungee. Zana does a bungee too. Loop it along. Make it tight, and this top point will hold as an actor here. The same feature is available here as well, depending on your usage. If you want to anchor this way across the box or this way along the length of the box, this is a convenience and a feature that comes in handy when loading luggage on your motorcycle. That is the point. Now these corners, obviously, they act like absorb impact points. What happens in case your bike trips, falls down? This is designed to absorb the impact. In the worst case scenario, it may break off. That's okay. Because what you can do, you can send it back to us after your ride is done. We will happily give you a new corner. It can be replaced at our plant with the machines that we assemble, this whole setup. We can remove the old, dented, or broken, or cracked impact absorber and then change it to a new one. But mind you, to break this, it means that the impact is massive. And such a massive impact on the pannier box means that the mishap is massive in itself. So what I'm trying to say is the material that we use is very, very hard to a crack. It'll absorb the impact, let the box stay in shape, and take it nowhere. So these two boxes, like we call them, the overlanders on the left and the right, they have been designed in such a way for your motorcycles, as shown on the Tiger here, that they don't foul with any of the Zana boxes that we use. Shown here is a dock rack installed on this Tiger. It has the accessories mounted as these spools per top box if I have. I just chose the biggest box that we make, the 55 liter in aluminium, and lace it on the locks. It's long in position. Now what I'm trying to say is, once this box is locked into position, the idea is for these boxes rigs to open without fouling, come what may. And that is what they do. In some cases, the customers have come up to us for want of boxes, just because when they chose a top case initially and they bought the Panniers later from other brands without needing them, the Panniers could not be opened because the box or the frame were not accounted for. So the frame was so close to the body of the motorcycle that the box lid could not be opened. So this is a 55 liter, which is the largest. And this is your overlighter box, which is the largest. And there are no issues. If you go for a 45, which is smaller, or a smaller box, like a 26, the issue obviously will not be there as well. So all these things, when we do at our plant, we take care that such small issues are always taken care of, which normally importers from China sometimes forget to take into account.
So, Vibhas, what happens if, let's suppose, the bike falls, right? If the bike falls, do the boxes break? Like, what problems could they have?
Okay. There is a component circuit, what we all have in our heads. What if the bike trips or falls or meets with an accident? Now, we can't obviously predict the impact or the situation. So, as riders, what I would also request is to have an open head. Analyze the fact that falling or tripping on soft sand, falling or tripping on hard cemented road, falling or tripping on a concrete tar road like a black asphalt road. We all have three different impacts. Falling on sand is different, obviously, but falling on a cemented road, a concrete road, for example, in a city like Bombay or Mumbai, is a different impact altogether. And the black, smooth asphalt of Jodhpur or Jaisalmer is a different impact altogether. I'll show it here again. Like I talked about the impact absorbing corners. Even these are not bothered in case of a soft sand or loose sand fall. Nothing happens whatsoever. In case of the medium level, say good asphalt bitumen road, the black road that we are so used to, so to say in the northern part of India, a dent may occur on this edge, depending if it falls on a sharp object, say a rock or a boulder, which will directly impact on this median edge. But if it happens to fall just normally, the corners absorb that impact also. What happens in case the bike falls on a cemented road, a concrete road, which is laid out in cities predominantly like Mumbai and some of Pune as well, I feel. These two impact points, the corners, do take a lot of impact. But then again, that surface is so hard that depending on the speed of the motorcycle as well, this line may be dented. And that's all. Now, the good thing about aluminium is it is very hard to deliver a crack onto it. A similar impact would lead a plastic box to crack, for sure, because it has flex also. But this is 1.5 mm, thick aluminium. Dent, yes, surely possible. Crack, you take like the might of a tank to do that. Hammer it with a metal hammer, you may still land a crack. You may still land a crack if the impact is too high. But then that is a deliberate suicide move. Who does that?
Yeah.
Even if you hammer it with a rubber mallet,
Yeah.
no problem whatsoever. If you really go bonkers with high G-forces from a rubber mallet, this area, the main center or the main body of the pannier may get a dent. But when two overlapping sheets meet at this point where the rivets are done, it is an effective 3 mm thickness that we get.
Yeah.
Using a rubber mallet on that edge also, unless you're really wild, will not land a crack or not land an impact. The mallet will bounce back because there is two overlapping sheets of aluminium at that point. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. Unless you really want to go deliberate and commit suicide, why you want to break a box, sure, anybody will break. But under normal fall conditions, rest assured, this is still a very strong corner, a very strong edge. That is all I must say.
Okay.